Instagram. Yes. For just joining us, welcome to Exclusive Chat with Adedire. And today I have been having the honor of having my guest, Musicmagnate, on the show. It's been an amazing period. Oh my, it's been an amazing period. He has been telling us a lot of stories about himself, and for those that are watching or didn't know before now, hi people, how are we doing? Yes, so once he comes back on the live, I'm gonna add him up again. Oh, thank you very much, people. For those that have been on the live, God bless you. I celebrate you big. I celebrate you. Celebrate. I celebrate you, people. God bless you. If this is your first time coming on my page, I say welcome to Aanu. My name is Aanu Adedire. I am a radio host, a lawyer, a musician, a singer, everything you can think of. And I have a show called Life Matters with Aanu Adedire that airs every Wednesday on Amen Radio and also on my Facebook Live. And you can also check my YouTube channel. You see all the past exclusive chats we've had and Life Matters with Aanu Adedire. Exclusive chat is basically talking to amazing people that do all the background work in the music, media, and art industry. And what we kind of do is make sure that they share their story. Yeah, so we become the bridge between what you want to know and what you know. Yeah, so that's one amazing thing that we do. And exclusive chat has been for the past I can't even say, probably 5-6 months. Yes, about 5 months. We started with Fat Strings, that's Benga Kifenwa. We've had Olaiton Dada, we've had Sunday Edwards, we've had last month we had DJ Gosporella. The month before I had one more person. Then this month we have Musicmagnate, and it has been an amazing time. Oh my, like I myself, I've been opening my mouth. I've been thinking, oh my, so this happened. Wow, yes. It's just something that you have to know that for you to get to a particular position in life, whatever you're trying to get to, let me tell you, you'll find disappointments on the way. I remember when please, you can, if you have any questions, please just type it. I'm going to note it down so that at the end of the show, it's going to answer everything together. For those that have questions, please type it out. Welcome back.
Thank you.
I said I want to ask you something about the cars. And I remember that there was a time you had an accident and your car was a total write-off. Now, I want you to talk about the experience. I want to talk about the experience and the experience where your studio was flooded. And it was really impressed on my heart that you shared that particular experience, because I know people that I've gone through and I'm going through a lot of, not just disappointments, but they feel they've lost it all, both either financially or spiritually or maritally or whatnot. And I believe strongly that story will actually get them into the place God wants them to be at the moment.
Well, the flood happened first. The car was later. So the flood, in fact, it was 2 times. It happened 2 times in the same place. So this was 2012. So I freshly came back from SA in South Africa in 2011, November. You know, so I went back to SA again in 2012 to go do some stuff, you know, some business and quick connect. By the time I came back, you know, there was a big rain. There was a particular big rain in 2012. It was really bad everywhere. House messed up things, you know, and the only thing that was left was my piano, because it was on top of a stand, so the water couldn't get there, you know. But every other thing was gone. Computer was gone, everything, you know, and stuff. And I just took it in, you know. But when it happened the second time, it was too tough to bear, because I mean the owner of the house had said, no, it was a construction error. That's the first time, and that he had fixed it, you know. So I now traveled. I think I went to America. Yes, by the time I came back, and that was in 2013 now, It was a total mess, you know, and I won't lie, that period was a tough one for me. It was so bad that in the middle of the night I had to step out into the water this second one actually I was in the house. I remember I had to step out into the car in the middle of the night to sleep in the car till morning, you know. So I think for me, I have crazy faith. I must say I have crazy faith. The way I use faith is scary. So I say to someone that faith is basically, this is my interpretation. Faith basically means God says, I will do something. Do you believe him enough to do it, or do you want to assist him to do it? For me, that's faith. You know, that's how I see faith. So that if God says, dude, I'm going to bless you, that's it. I'm not going to be thinking, but where is the blessing coming from? Is it from Aanu, or is it a light, or is it fortune, or somebody who don't? I don't get to worry. So when all those things happen, I just told myself, I say, you know what? I'm going to come out better. Today, I'm actually better. You know, so I need then fast forward to 2016. Yes, when I had the accident. That was one experience I would never, ever forget in my life. It was such a beautiful experience too, I must say. Because for the first time, when people say that they can feel angels around, I think I felt angels around. Because I think I was close to death like this. You know? I mean, this accident happened. You don't know who is going to hit you, what they are going to hit you. You're just in a smoky environment. Everything in the car, there's smoke already. You don't even know if the car was going to turn and then catch fire or stuff, you know. So when the accident happened, all I heard in my spirit was just hold on to the steering, just put your hands there, don't take it off, you know. And then of course I was on the seat belts. I just felt like people were sitting with me in the car, and I was the only one in the car, you know. By the time the car had stopped, I had moved from my from the traffic side I was to the oncoming traffic side, you know. So I was hit from this side onto the other side, and somebody else from that other side as well hit me as well. And I didn't know. All I knew was there was big bangs and big hits. I've never in my life experienced that kind of stuff before. And when the car parked, this is the most funniest part of it all. So say this is the highway, or this is the express, and this side is the pavement. So meaning this side is where your car can't go more. My car parked just by the pavement when the accident was done, so that I can come down from the car and no car can hit me anymore. Only for me to come down and realize that the car is the started asking, please, where's the guy in this car? They will see me and say, sir, I beg, where the guy will drive this car? I say, I'm the one that drove the car. They say, no, the guy in the car. People are already shouting, and I'll say, person don't die. Oh my God. Oh, I'm like, wow. That's how they will have been saying rest in peace, you know. But I thank God, because that was an experience for me that made me understand. And I just go like, nah, God is with me. Don't worry, I'm good. So these are just evidences of one's walk with God and one's love of God, you know, and also love from God, you know. And I didn't tell you,
did you?
And you didn't let us go into the other part. The funny thing was, Eric, you know, Eric Arubai was still alive then. So we sat down. This accident, I think, happened on a Tuesday. By the time we got to the police station, I think on a Thursday or Friday, they were asking me if I wanted to sue the guy, blah, blah, that hit me. I'm like, no, I'm alive. I'm fine. I just let it go like that. They're like, you sure? I'm like, what do you want me to do? Start dragging a court case? Nah. And I let it go. So on a Saturday, me and Eric sat down and we're looking for cars online I wanted to buy. So this time, and I'm this kind of guy that if I go through stuff, I like to come out higher than where I was. So what I lost was a Mercedes-Benz SUV. I looked online and I saw a BMW. I'm like, okay, I have enough money for this one. I'm going to pick this one on Monday morning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to church on Sunday morning. I'm going to worship God like nothing happened. I don't care what anybody thinks. And on Monday morning, I'm going to pick this car first thing in the morning. Do you know that I got a Range Rover that I didn't pay for?
I wanted to go there, but I am happy that you went there. So let's go
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, I got a Range Rover that I didn't pay for.
I wanted to talk about that. So when Pastor called you, you posted the picture recently where you fell.
Yeah.
You felt like you were slain in the spirit.
Exactly that was what it is. I believe I was slain in the spirit because, you know, those things don't happen every day, you know, and my pastor is an intense pastor. I mean, he's not, you know, he's not the kind of pastor you see every day throwing money all around, you know, and stuff. He does a lot of great things that you will never hear of. You will never see him in the public coming to show off that he did stuff. He will not, he doesn't like it. There are lots of things like, you know, building up, setting up computer laboratories for schools, you know, different things that he does, but he will never say it. So he doesn't like those things, you know. All of a sudden he was preaching. No, I mean, I had said it in the morning like, wow, church, let's thank God for the life of this guy. This is our music director. He had this accident on Tuesday. He's alive. Car was a write-off, but glory be to God. You know, if anybody wants to give him a car, please go ahead and give him a car. Why not? I mean, blah, blah, blah. And then he started preaching. I wasn't in the hall. They said somewhere into like 15 or 20 minutes into his message, that his message became a bit disjointed. You know, I guess the Holy Spirit was now working on him like, dude, I want you to be the one to give him the car. You know, all of a sudden, they said in the middle of the message, just shouted, today's his PA. Hey, I need you to go and take my Range Rover, the key, and give it to Wilson Joel. That's what I've been hearing in my spirit since, as I've been preaching. I don't have peace. I have to let it go. You know, they came to call me. I was just coming from the loo. I'm like, people should stop joking. And the guy that came to call me, see how God works. The guy jokes a lot, so I didn't believe him. He dragged my hand all the way to the pulpit and said, they're calling you. So I now stood there. So everybody was already shouting like, yeah. I'm like, okay, what's going on here? Is this for real though? So by the time he saw me, he's like, Joe, you are the owner of that Range Rover. I was finished. You know, this is someone that just lost a car a week, less than a week ago. And by the weekend of that week, he's getting a replacement, you know, even better than what he lost. You know, and I must say this, you know, as spiritual as this will sound, this is just the truth. I'm taking people now back to the root of this all. One of the reasons you will never see me lack cars is this little story. I actually had a covenant with God that one of the things I will never lack in my life is good cars. And I really thank God that God is not a liar, and God is not, he doesn't owe any man. God honors covenants.
His word.
So I was living in South Africa, and I bought my very first car. After doing an album that went viral in South Africa in 2007, you know. So I bought this first car. I remember the Volkswagen Polo that used to be everywhere. There's a Passat, there's Polo, and then there is a Bora. Then, you know, so I bought the Bora type Volkswagen, you know, and less than 3 months I had some stupid accident I can't explain till today. All I remember is I couldn't control the car anymore. The brakes are not answering me. I'm like, what's going on? Next thing, I plunged into a very big ceramic dustbin by the roadside, and the car was a write-off. So for the first time, I see people towing cars for me. So there's this towing van that came, they towed the car away and everything. So the next morning I contacted them and they gave me a bill and told me, this is the bill you have to pay for towing the car. I'm like, okay, that bill is a lot. It's even so much more than what I need to fix this car. They did everything. I'm like, well, the more your car stays there, you pay demurrage for each day. I'm like, listen, I don't have this kind of money. All right, what can we do? So like, well, I'm like, can you guys take the car? Can I give you guys the papers of the car, and you guys can recover your money from the scrap of the car? Like, well, even if we sell it, we'll sell it like 1,000 blah 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 more in rand. Like, listen, except you guys want to take me and put me in jail, I don't have any money. to give you guys, you know. And they were like, okay, bring the papers. So I went on my knees out of pain. Like, wow, God, my very first car. And this is how the story ends. And I said, God, I know you are God. I'm not trying to test if you are God. But I believe, and I want to have a covenant with you that after today, cars will not be my problem again in my life. Do you believe that in 3 weeks' time I bought another car?
Wow.
Yes. And I stayed in SA for 6 years. I drove 9 cars in 6 years. I drove 2 BMWs. I drove 1 Mercedes Benz. I drove 2 Fords. I drove what's this other car? I drove 2 Mercedes Benz. I drove 2 BMW. I drove 3 Ford. I drove another Volkswagen, and I drove a Toyota. So
wow.
it's been for me, it's just like a covenant that God is just fulfilling. So every time I'm always driving a great car. You know, even back here in Nigeria, when I came back, between when I came back and now, I should have driven at least, if I'm not mixing words, at least 7 cars, 7 or 8 cars. You know, so it's not a show-off thing. I'm just saying that it's a covenant thing. You know, and I thank God that you know in these things are where God begins to show is a covenant keeping God. You know. Yep.
Okay, someone has a question here. What are your thoughts, sir, on gospel artists not being recognized at Nigerian awards? Why don't we have a platform that celebrates gospel artists? I think we have a lot of them now. I think we have a lot of them now.
I think what they're trying to say is, why are they not recognized at like your Eddies and co? Some other kind of award that is not gospel. Because the truth is, even in Grammys, they acknowledge gospel music. You know, Franklin has gotten Grammys a couple of times. People have gotten Grammys a couple of times, you know, but without trying to
Israel,
yes, you know, well, without trying to sound cynical or sarcastic, the gospel scene. I'm careful to not say the gospel music industry, because when you go there, you start to look for people's problem who are too spiritual than you. So I need to be careful. So the gospel scene, first of all, needs to be united. Nobody puts their weight behind something that is not united. You know, so you find these gospel artists, is not talking to these gospel artists. You find this gospel group, have an issue with this gospel group. Oh, you cannot go and sing in this church because you are from this church. Oh, you cannot, you know, so that first needs to happen. That needs to really happen. Because you see, we talk about America scene and stuff, you know, as much as possible, I try to tell people, don't compare America with Nigeria. We're not mates, first of all. But still, those are the people that we say we are, quote unquote, copy. Those are like our role models. Let's not lie to ourselves here. You know, if an artist from Nigeria has not gone to America to go sing, they feel like they're failing. I don't know why that is. You know, when in actual fact, as an artist, you need to conquer your region first before you go conquer another region. What I'm trying to say is, for these awards that are not gospel awards or Christian awards, to recognize gospel artists and the gospel scene in general needs to be united. There is no unity. Yes. They need to come together for real. There is no unity, and that unity needs to be there. There's no two ways to it. Nobody, even sponsors, would not want to put money behind the gospel scene because they can't see unity. They can't see a bond. I say to people every time that, you know, Joyous Celebration in South Africa is being sponsored by MTN South Africa. Many times, other bigger sponsors have come around. Yes, they've been sponsoring them for the past 10, 15 years. MTN, they don't play with Joyous Celebration. In fact, it's like their major projects. All right. People, there are a lot of companies that want to take over MTN sponsorship from those guys. MTN no agree. They say, no way, we're not leaving these people. Because they can see what impact those guys are causing in their community. You know? And they're so united in that place. That's so united in South Africa, in the music scene in general, that even for somebody like me to have a little break in the midst, I know what my eyes saw. Like they say, Yoruba Mokotoju Miri. You know, I know what I have to go through and stuff, you know, to have that little recognition. So unity is always key. When the people have the same voice, have the same mind, have a focus, people will tend to want to support always. They'll tend to want to support always. So, yeah, it's just a unity thing. There is, you know, the Bible says very clearly that we should go into the world and preach the gospel. The Bible did not say, take the word, go back to church on Sunday, preach yourselves, go to work and come and preach yourselves. No, you need to go into the world. The only way light can shine, that the effect of light can be seen, is in darkness.
In darkness. Yes.
It's in darkness.
Yes.
It's not, you don't shine light on light. If the room is already lit like this room is, adding another light will really not make any impact. It just make it a bit more brighter, just a little bit brighter. But see, if the room is dark and you put on the light, there is a total 360 transformation that comes into the room. You know, everywhere becomes lit. So that's what needs to happen, basically.
Okay, another question is, how sustainable is the gospel industry in Nigeria, especially because it is expected that your service is free since it is done unto God? Hey, Jesus paid the price, people. Jesus paid the price. Let's stop doing that thing. Salvation was not free.
I mean, you've answered the question now, so there's nothing I need to say.
Because I get that question a lot, and I'm like, salvation is not free. It is not. If Jesus did not pay the price, you know, I was listening to Version Michelle's EP for Easter, and the lyrics of the song, it would have been me, but you took the pain. And he said one thing. He said you could have left it. Jesus would have decided that, you know what, Father, I'm not interested in this thing. I want to actually stay in heaven and chill. But he took the pain. Nothing is free. Jesus paid the price for our sin. So in the same bid, churches should do same. I don't want us to go inside that one.
You know, let me expand that for you. The first problem is artists, gospel. See, if I call them gospel artists now, I'll be in trouble again. So let me use music ministers for the sake of spirituality. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Music ministers, like we generally like to say. The first problem that they have is the church.
Okay.
And why do I say is the church? The church is not a market. I say this every time. If your music cannot minister to a Muslim and a Buddhist, you are still playing.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
Yeah? You're still playing. I have a friend who is married to a Muslim, and she's a strong Christian. Trust me on that when I say she's a strong Christian. But that's where she found love. And the guy is an allergy. Of course, they had an agreement from the beginning, like, guy, don't touch my belief, I won't touch your own. But we have in a devotional moment. And she was hearing somebody sing Miracle Worker in another room. And she was like, wait, now me, it's just me and my husband that are here. Did we get a visitor into the house yesterday or something? She now decided to check. By the time she opened the door, she saw the husband worshiping Alaji. I kid you not. I kid you not. Alaji worshiping like, Alaji, is everything okay? He said, do you think you're the only one that song says something to in their spirits? I'm like, wow. I'm like, wow. You know, so I'm saying that as a gospel artist, as a music minister, if your music is not ministering to non-Christians, there is a problem. The reason why the gospel was given wasn't for the church, The gospel was given for the non-Christians.
For the world.
Yes. The gospel was not given for me and you that we already know it to come and be preaching to ourselves every Sunday, every Wednesday, every Sunday, every Wednesday. That is good because the Bible said that do not forsake the gathering of the brethren. That's good. Sharing is good. We edify each other.
Yes.
You know, but the real work of the gospel is to go out there and win souls. So however way that God gives you ideas and inspiration to do it is exactly how you need to do it. So what am I trying to say? As a gospel artist, who says that, oh Jesus, I love you. Oh Jesus, you're worthy. Oh Jesus, you're amazing. Oh Jesus, you're... They already know that you're a Christian. They already know that you're a gospel artist. What is wrong if you come one day and sing about love from the real place of love? You see what I'm trying to say? What if you come one day and sing about life from the real source of life? Who is the source of life? God. So that when people begin to find out who is this Aanu Adedire, who is this woman, you now realize that that lady is a gospel artist too. Wow, we love her songs. We love what she's saying. Blah 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 blah. Even Jesus, when he was calling everybody, Peter, Paul, all these guys, he didn't condemn them at first. He drew them closer at first. Oh, what do you do? Oh, you're a fisherman. I can make you fishers of men now. Abba, trust me, you go fish better. You know, let's use this your skill to fish for men. Say, hey, okay. The guy dropped his things and followed and realized that I actually like this than fishing for fish. If there's any English like that. You know, so I'm saying the first problem of most gospel artists, music minister, is church. When you look at church as your market, there is a problem. Because anybody can sing in church. Not everybody can sing outside the church. So yes, you've made me worship, you've made me, you know, love Jesus in songs. But I need something that can also suit my heart that is breaking. I need something that can show me what life is about. I need something that can give me the real meaning of beautiful, the word beautiful. That's that word, beautiful. Something has to show me the real meaning of it. And that thing cannot be Pangolo music. It cannot be the devil. Guess what? The devil does not even have any power over music. The only thing the devil has power over is mind. So that the devil can take an expression that God gave you and corrupt it. I said to people, the same keyboard. Go on.
I want you to touch on Alijometa.
Yeah.
Because I remember that Brother Olu is my very close, like very close person. And when he said that song and I heard it, I'm like, you gave the best person. Like, and we're laughing about it until the backlash started. And he called me, was like, I know this. I'm like, Egmont, please don't even answer them. This song is for the streets. Like, we are in the street.
You don't understand.
I was super happy for that song. I love that song so much. But it was still the same, the church, that's like condemning it. And I'm like,
that's what I'm saying. The thing is, we keep, see, I'm a music director. So understand that I'm not talking from a place of pain. I'm talking from a place of passion. So that these things can be corrected in a way. You know, we need a lot more gospel artists that see beyond the four walls of the church. There are people languishing in Agege, people languishing in Moshi, that feel that churches or some church folks are now too tush for them, so they can't minister to them. They will just leave us alone. We're smoking our ego. Who's going to go there to go minister to them? You know, how are you going to minister to them in songs? You want to go and sing, you do mighty things, you do glorious things, you're a grateful God, or something's your name. No, they don't understand those things. The beautiful song, but they don't understand it. Like this Laulu song, you know. I'm like, dude, leave the Osha Pran inside. Leave it. You need to draw these people closer before you now tell them about Christ. You don't just go into the market and say, give your life to Christ. If you don't give your life to Christ, you're going to die. Oh, no. You don't do that.
You're speaking English. You're talking to yourself.
Yes. Yes. You need to draw people closer. Just do it. Just, you see, I said to people, just carry your Bible and read it word for word. Then ask the Holy Spirit to give inspiration on how this is. Jesus drew everybody closer first. On a good day, the prostitutes should never have come close to Jesus. On a good day. On a good day. Alabaster box story should never have happened. On a good day. Do you understand? The woman with the blood issue should should not have even come close to Jesus, because back in the days that was filth. Even now it's still filth. You know, a woman is menstruating, and when a guy does this, when she gives that space to be like, I beg you, I don't want any foul smell around me or whatever, in case anything goes to happen now. Maybe she goes stains her cloth or whatever, you know.
And you remember that in the Old Testament, a woman during a period cannot come to the temple. Not to talk of someone that every day of her life was just oozing her blood every day.
Exactly. And what did Jesus say? Say, no, somebody touched me. Say, Baba, everybody they touch you since now. Say, no. There's a special touch. There's somebody that touched me. Jesus knew that somebody touched him, and that person is not clean. He knows. Everybody has been touching him now. This person needs to be made clean. And when he found out, oh, was it you? What's the problem? Issue of blood, blah, blah. No, you are healed. Just like that. He drew her closer. He says, put her far. These days, we celebrate. Okay, let me not go there. That's not part of the topic. Anyway, let me come back. Fine, so, you know, that's coming again. You know, so I'm saying that, you know, a lot of gospel folks need to begin to read this Bible the way it is. We need to go out in the world and preach this gospel. God did not expect that the songs that we'll be singing were only meant for the four walls of the church. There are hearts that are breaking. There are homes that are breaking. There are people that are confused. What is going to do that? We should stop this thing and say, no, in worship, everything gets sorted. It's a big lie. A lot of people finish worship and go home, they are broke. A lot of people finish worship, they go home and they go straight to the prostitutes. A lot of people finish worship and they go and do things. And this is not normal. This is not just anybody. Even some pastors, even some of us worship leaders, even anybody, as long as they have this skin on you, you are not God. You can never be holier than the Holy Spirit. So all I'm saying is, the Holy Spirit is the author of inspiration. The Holy Spirit will assist you. What are the inspirations? What are these inspirations for? Is it just for the church? So when we finish and we share the grace, that's the end of your ministry and your market? No. There is more market out there for a gospel singer. There's too much. In fact, now in weddings, you know, remember back in the days, they will invite the gospel artist to come sing at a wedding. Yeah. It doesn't happen like that anymore.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't. And that is scary. When is Wizkid and Davido and people want at their wedding, they need to begin to be scared that something is going wrong. I don't have anything against Wizkid. I tell you, no, like, I listen to Wizkid even more than Davido. I love Wizkid's creativity. I would not lie. I'm a music producer. And I must listen to what's going on now. If I want to reach my world, I have to be updated.
Yes.
Even the Bible says that in all you're getting, that's it. The Bible is so complete, we like to complicate it. So simple, yet so hard to agree with. We agree with what our sentiment is telling us as against what the Holy Spirit is saying. For you to reach the world, you have to be updated. I cannot go to Songo Altar and start to sing to them in a soft rock. What kind of rubbish is that? I can't do that. What language do they understand in Songo Altar? Oh, they understand Juju. Let's give them Juju music or gospel and talk about some things. You know? Yes, Jare, present.
I want to give you an example. I'll withdraw this person's name. So, you know, I'm an Ibadan girl, 100%. I love Ibadan. And we had this program. I withheld the name of the program too. And this gospel artist came to sing. No, Ibadan is either you're doing Fuji, you're doing
Yes,
Akala,
so
you're doing
yes,
a
so
worship song. It has to be super popular. This program was for market women. So understand where I'm coming from. So this person came and started singing all the songs in his album. And you know my Ibadan women now, they were doing like this. The one beside me said, I will say it in English. Like this one, somebody wants to sing and leave the stage. Immediately, Mama Bola Are came. Bam! Everywhere scattered. And I'm like, wait, was there something different? She understood her environment. She understood the kind of songs they would connect to. She understood where these people were coming from. But we just come there and you want to do all your songs. You don't want to know what these people are going through. You don't want to even listen to the Holy Spirit. Sometimes the Holy Spirit will change your song list on stage.
Right there. But,
Assistant Holy Ghost. You're the one that
I'm telling you. You know, I mean, we all know they say when you get to Rome, you behave like the Romans. Simple. When you get to Rome, you behave like the Romans. I was in Greece recently, you know, and I realized that the way they celebrated their Easter is so different. Guess what? I had to blend into how they did it. So for their own Easter, they had one service that happens early in the morning, and then they had one by 12, which they believe that that's when Jesus rose.
Yes.
You know, and then they have a celebration in the evening. You know, and I look at these things, I'm like, imagine I brought my Nigerian mindset and say, that's too sentimental. How can you say Jesus rose by 12? No. That is what they believe. If you change it for them, you have caused this distortion. Before you can begin to change anything, you need to first accept people the way they are, first of all.
Yes.
All right?
Yes.
There is no way.
Yes.
Like today, I was talking to some guy in church. I can't tell you what the details were. We had to rush this guy to back of the stage. He started undressing himself right in the middle of the church. Can you believe that? Apparently, this guy has been on some mental journey, like some, issues. By the time we spoke to him, I realized, man, people are going through stuff. People are going through stuff that worship song is not going to sort. The presence of God and worship song are two different things. People need to understand these things. They're two different things. They're not the same. They're not the same. The presence of God doesn't have to come through songs. The presence of God can come via just one word you will say now from your mouth. Might just mention Aja, and I'll just feel the presence of God. It can be anything. A lot of people think that once you start singing worship song, problems solve, people get healed, blah, blah, blah. Yes, it does happen, but it's not a prerequisite for all of this. Because, you cannot put God in a box. God works anyhow he wants it.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes,
so I'm saying that, the gospel music needs to be expanded. There is too much stereotype. One person comes and his own logo is he sits down and play piano to sing. You two came and say you want to sit down, play piano and sing. There's too much copy amongst the gospel guys. Too much copy. This one comes and their style is soft rock too. Back. You two, you came, do the same thing. If you listen to 10 gospel artists in Nigeria, they have the same chords in their songs.
Let us be going now.
Yeah. Just listen to 10 guys. You will hear the same chord. That is not the Holy Spirit. Listen, the Holy Spirit does not replicate things. If the Holy Spirit says that Aanu Adedire, you are the head of your home, the Holy Spirit will not go and bring another woman and say you are the head of Aanu's home. That's confusion. There is no way that there will be a synach, for instance, and then there is another intending synach. No. It is totally not right. Which is why, whether I like it or not, I still like the Americans till tomorrow. No matter how inspired they get, they try to all be different. They do their best. Don Moen has been singing the same way as been singing from the 80s. He has not changed. He hasn't changed. He's fulfilling purpose.
God bless you.
Till tomorrow. So tomorrow, Israel Houghton is Israel Houghton. Whether you like it or whether you hate it. Uncle no get time.
That is it. You bring out his
You
guitar and
understand?
play. Yes.
That's it. Tibet, the same thing. Even if he's singing worship song, go just see that small craze. He will just be crazy. And then come back to himself. You gotta be original. You know, there are artists here in the gospel scene that I know of. I'm not attacking anybody, you know, but the artists here, you know, who I expected that they were going to stay on their lane, who came out a certain way. Before you know, they release another album, the sound has changed. And most of this sometimes is also tied to them changing producers and changing things and stuff every time. You find an artist who started with a certain producer or certain band or certain group, they made a hit song. Next thing, they feel that now they have money, they want to change the person. They now, boom, just go, and then they mess up their sound. Who exactly are you doing a favor? Yourself or the people that you ignored and stopped working with? You're doing yourself a disfavor. Because when you change your sound, yeah.
So I want to ask, so I listened to one album that I really love, Meghan Trainor's Thank You album. I don't know if you've listened to it. Each song had a different genre of music. So I want to clarify something. Okay, my first song was funk, had a little touch of jazz, but was more of a funky song. So do I have to still work with the same person? And this is what I need clarification so that people don't say that Musicmagnate said this. Is it that, okay, exactly. I worked with Deji Keys, I must always work with Deji Keys, or I can work with different people and still have that same sound, or I can have different sounds and work with different people? I need clarity on that.
Two things.
Okay.
Two things. First thing, a singer needs to first of all find the producer that sings well with not single. They sync, they're in sync together with their person. Somebody who's able to pull out many things out of you to be able to help you find your sound. So I'm still talking on the first part. So that even if you have to work with other people, your producer, who is the main guy, is able to say, see, let me not lie to you, from you that I know and you where I see you're going to, this particular sound might not work for you. Hopefully the producer is not a biased person and can only say the truth. This sound might not work for you, this will work for you, this is good. Yes, let's use that. Collaboration is the new money, forget it. There's no money anywhere anymore. Collaboration is the new money. If you cannot collaborate in this time and age, you're going to dry out. Case closed. Now, the second part, an artist can work with different producers, yes, when she knows her sound or he knows her sound. The problem is most people are working with different producers just to look for different things. Maybe this one will work. Maybe this one will work. This one will work. That one will work. If this one will work. That is what the problem is for many people who are using many producers. Some don't even realize it until they hear what I just said now. That the reason why they're working with different people is they're looking for different things like variety, trying to say one of it must work. That is not how to find your sound. You must first find your sound. It's all I'm saying. Once you know your sound, you can explain your sound. You can describe your sound. You can, enumerate your sound. You can musically say what exactly it is that your sound is about. You can work with anybody. Because you see, you work with an artist where maybe where they're coming from, all they like or the producer has made them believe that they can do is jazz. You now give them maybe an R&B or something, go like, wow, I sound great on this. It's because they've not found their sound. When most times like is this. Am I saying that be rigid? No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying have a form. Let people be able to know. Once they hear your music without you singing, they can tell, that's Aanu's song coming up. I'm too sure it's Aanu. When you hear a Tibet song, you don't need anybody to tell you that that's Tibet. when you hear Kirk Franklin's music, there is no way in this world that you will need anybody to tell you that this sound, though, is Kirk Franklin, without anybody singing. When you hear Nathaniel's sound, there's no way anybody will tell you that is that Nathaniel or somebody, because you can tell that it's different. You see what I'm saying? When you hear Gloria Brymer's sound, you don't have to think too far. You know, you will just know that this is Gloria. You know, so
yeah, Marvin Sapp.
Yes, exactly. Marvin Sapp, the same thing. You will know Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson. Once you hear Michael Jackson's sound, you will know that this thing sound like what Michael would do. Even when he did "Blood Is on the Dance Floor," that song from the intro, without knowing it was the owner, I knew Michael Lolori. Because I had some elements inside. Michael's music is very electrical. Anything he does, there's electrical elements in there. Too much electronic music in his song. No matter how live the sound, he puts some electronic music things in there, some synths that will never go away. You know, so I'm saying, for you to work with other artists, you just know your sound. Is it possible to work with different producers? Yes. Is it possible to stick to one producer? Yes. You just have to know your sound. That's it.
God bless
you. And loyalty is key. Yep.
Loyalty. I don't know. Today we're supposed to use 2 hours, and I will try as much as possible for you to compress this question really, really well. So doxology music, what's it about? And notes to notes, what's the program about? So I want to compress that.
Very, very quick answer. Doxology music came about when I was in South Africa. You know, I needed to start a record label, a recording studio line, you know, so I can get my royalties and stuff from anybody I work with and stuff, because they won't sometimes issue you checks and payments in your name. They want to issue it by a company. So I'm like, I go don't like all my own. And then I had this in my head. Praise God from whom all blessings flow. Praise Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. That's doxology hymn. And I'm like, okay, should I call it doxology music? And boom, it sticks since then. Doxology music. That's how it came, to be honest. Simple. No, this not a Holy Spirit gave me. Let me not lie to myself. That's what it is, you know. And then notes to notes notes is just the passion of me, because I see a lot of shallow, not shallow as an insult, but shallow as in a state of mind, you know, shallow mindsets, shallow music, shallow brainwashed musicians, shallow a lot of things in music, and these things have to be corrected. If you're expecting your pastor or your company record label boss or your lead singer or whatever to come and correct this, it's not going to happen. You have to correct it by yourself. So which is why I set up the notes to notes, even though this year we're still working on it, whether we're going to have it or not, because sponsorship is a big issue in Nigeria. They don't sponsor great things like that in Nigeria. They sponsor entertainment and all the rubbish, you know. But if it's going to happen this year, I'm going to let everybody know. In fact, my aim was to have notes to notes like every 4 months. So it's like it's something you look up to every 4 months. But we're still working on that. So even if it doesn't happen this year, for instance, from next year, it's going to happen every 2 to 3 or 4 months. So it's like a regular thing, you know, where
it's cracking up. Okay, so I'm gonna add Musicmagnate back again. Think we're having some network issues and it's cracking up, so I'll have to add him up again. But for those that have questions, I'm seeing your questions. Sorry, we have like less than 10 minutes, but yes, I'm gonna add him up again. But I really appreciate everybody that has been here for a very long time. God bless you. God bless you. Gavin has the same sound as regards the tone, regardless of the style of music he does.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, it was breaking up. Well, technically, I noticed that most sponsors want to work with either entertainment or something that has sex sells everything. So
of course.
So that's that's sometimes my answer to a lot of things that I see. Someone asked a question, I just wanted to use 30 seconds to reply. Are you talking about the sound in the context of tone or the music? Because Travis Green has the same sound as regards the tone, regardless of the style of music he does.
Yes, Travis Green has found his sound. People need to understand that Travis Green's coming out and getting big right now was not his first time. This is Travis Green's third album, actually. Yes. You know, that people knew him from. He's been doing this. So people need to understand that he has been looking for a sound. So what do I mean by a sound? His identity. What's my identity? Okay, how I sing has to be different. The tones I use, yes, have to be different. What is my identity? Do I play guitar like these other guys? When they say I'm the same thing, okay, no, they won't say I'm the same thing. Okay, I use my guitar as well. What's my voice supposed to sound like? So your sound is a component of everything put together. Okay. You know, so that if you say that in your own music, what you want to hear more is the bass line and the drum. Like take Asha, for instance. Asha's sound is very simple. Yes. Asha uses bass, she uses drum, she uses electric guitar more, and then she uses what's that small guitar? What do they call it? Is there ukulele or what do they call it? I've forgotten the name. She uses the small guitar, and then once in a while she introduces the horns. Different. Now that is the music. The music of Asha is different. Her sound when she opens her mouth is different. Yeah. She's not trying to do whoa, 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 whoa. She's no time. She don't have time for that. No. That's not Asha. Asha will sing straight for you, sing notes that you can't imagine that will come out from someone's. She basically took everybody to Ibile, like I said. She basically just went to the Yoruba dialect and brought all the Yoruba notes out. Yeah. You know, and she just took us to the village, you know, in the modern world, and it has a sound, and no artists have been able to do that for real in Nigeria in recent times. No. So that's basically Asha for you. Asha, when you say Asha, Asha is that you.
Like, beautiful Nubia.
That's it.
They are real to themselves. They know their sound. God bless you. Okay, so I really appreciate that. We're stretching. Yeah, it's almost 10 o'clock in Nigeria, but God bless you. I want to say this in like, let me say 1 minute, and that was what happened over the weekend. So I remember that in the only other interview I watched, you talked about almost doing Yahoo, like almost, but you didn't. What's this thing of people celebrating corruption, celebrating someone defending an unjust cause just because you want to feel cool? Like I didn't understand, and I love the song that Cobham said, the throwback song, Maga No Need Pay. Like, what's going on in this society?
The truth is, you know, I put up a post the other day. I said any country where entertainment is bigger than education is at a big risk. You know, any country where entertainment is bigger than education is at a big risk. You know, because people forget that entertainment is also an avenue of education. You know, so in this country, for instance, we like to hail people that have money, people that look all put together, you know, they are balling. Listen, the amount of time that I see more comments on my Instagram or Facebook is when I travel out of the country. Trust me. You know, I can just post some. Lot of the corrupt, lot of the Yahoo boys, like they say, and G boys. Yes, the guy wasn't wrong. You know, they flaunt all these record labels, they do real estate and stuff. Well, it's none of my business, you know, but it's the situation of the country. You must understand that we're in the dark in Nigeria, whether I like it or not, and light needs to shine in this country. We're in the dark in the sense that even corruption, the corrupt guys, you know, are now seen as the superheroes. Yes. You know, of our time. You know, a lot of people benefit from them, so they can't speak against them. You know, so it's just it's an atmosphere thing. When you're in an atmosphere of corruption and fraud and greed and all those things, it's bound to happen that they will celebrate all these kind of things. Imagine you celebrate a fraudster like this in America. They take him down one time. You know, so it's just environmental. It's just environment, really. That's what I can conclude. And the environment is too messed up, you know.
And I want to celebrate for your I would say humanitarian activities also. I remember that you rally around for Lionel Peterson and also for the man that found in the park. I forgot his name. Sylvester, yes. And Sylvester. I know people said, oh, Musicmagnate is collecting our money. What's wrong with him? He wants attention. He wants this. But unfortunately, I always use unfortunately for things that people throw away. And that part of you, I would say, I sometimes always look at it and I'm like, maybe you should have even been a doctor. Like, maybe now you're a music doctor. You just have that caring side of you. I remember that there was a time someone, this was last year. Sorry, I don't stalk you, but I remember someone said, Musicmagnate, marry. And the response you gave was, it's not easy to give someone all your heart and emotions, and you should care about people that don't even care about themselves. And that's where I held it very important, that a lot of people find love, want to say I love you, but everything is just in these lips. It's not coming from anywhere. And I feel like God bless you for all the endless services you do.
Thank you. Amen.
And being an amazing music director. I have heard wonderful things. Someone said you should always reply your messages. Someone said,
make me no vex.
This person said it to me.
I will try, but I do. Trust me, I do. But I do. I try. I will.
And I know that you're an ambassador for Steinberg. Also, and you've been using Cubase for 18 years. So well. There's too many things to say, people, but yeah, we have to let Musicmagnate go to bed and sleep. But might not sleep, Seb. He doesn't.
Actually, I have guests in the sitting room waiting for me.
Wow!
I have guests for the pastor. Yes.
Oh my! Thank you very much. I celebrate you big. God bless you.
Thank you so much.
For this.
Thank you everybody for joining. God bless you. Thank you for having me.
Oh my God. Okay, someone said sometimes Israel isn't playing guitar. People are quick to box artists. Should you condone this out of it, trying to be out of the box? Well, Musicmagnate. Okay.
Sound is not guitar. People get this thing wrong.
Okay.
Sound is not guitar. It's not the piano. It's not anything. Sound is the image of the music you're trying to create. You know, music is like video. When you're playing music or listening to music, you can see pictures. What picture do you want people to see?
Yes.
Yeah. What picture do you want people to see when they see you? When you see Nathaniel Bassey singing or doing whatever, there's a picture you see.
Yeah.
When Choma Jesus comes up, there's a picture you see.
Yes.
So what picture is it that you want people to see? Basically, that's what the sound is. All right, guys, I gotta go.
God bless you. Thank you very much, sir. And
thank you.
Have more of this from you.
No problem. Thank you.
Okay, my people, I want to say a big thank you to everybody. Oh my God, I am super excited. Like, I am super excited. I want to say a big thank you to everyone that came on the live. Everyone, like the first hour, we had over 200 people, and I'm super excited. And I appreciate and celebrate everybody in Nigeria, in Ghana, in the US, in the UK, everyone that came up on exclusive chat to Aanu Adedire. I say a big thank you. God bless you. God will honor you so much in Jesus' name. And like I said, you can always share this to your friends. I'm gonna put up these videos on my YouTube channel at Aanu Adedire. So go on Aanu Adedire and Also, you can also share the video via YouTube. God bless you. Have an amazing week. God will be with you. God will favor you. God will enlarge your cause. On Wednesday, we're going to have Life Matters with Aanu Adedire, and I am sure that you will not want to miss it. From me, myself, and I, the Holy Spirit, and everyone that is here, I say a big thank you. God bless you. And I will see you next month with another amazing guest. Mwah. Goodbye.